is Ruth Bixby. I was in the gerontology concentration. We had blended classes. When I first started, the majority of the classes that I took were in the classroom, like one evening a week or 2 evenings a week. And that was great because it was face-to-face, and I always thought of it as like a gift. I could just go in the evening and talk to other people and learn, and it was a great experience. And then I took some of the blended classes. They were just kind of coming in. That was back in 2009 and 2010. And I took the blended classes. So we had a lot of discussions online, and then we met face-to-face for a few times during the semester. And then I took some classes that were all online. And so I had a variety of all three. I enjoyed every single one of them. There were different aspects of each course that I really enjoyed thoroughly. Of course, taking a lot of courses over that 5-year part-time period, because I did it part-time for 5 years. I had 3 children in college at the same time, and I was teaching full-time. So I had to take it slowly. I took one course at a time, and I absorbed everything from that course that I could. And so I enjoyed every single one of them. But the one that probably impacted me the most, that was extremely emotional and probably helped me the most in the place where I was in my life at that time that I took it, was the Death and Dying course with Dr. Peck. And the way that she had that course arranged for us to have the discussions that we have, the text that we read, the videos that we watched, and the field trips that we took were so incredibly powerful and meaningful to me that they're something that I will never forget as long as I live. You go to a funeral home, and it wasn't just kind of going to a funeral home, but it was going through the process with the people there that showed you that process of what families go through. And I had been through that process myself, and it was just incredibly powerful. Yes, I've been an occupational therapist since 1979, and always working with adults and older adults, more specifically, in a variety of different settings. And then I was teaching at Lincoln Link Community College, where I was the program director for the Occupational Therapy Assistant program, and I was teaching the courses that focused on older adults and mental health and social services for older adults, and was doing work with dementia care. So this was a perfect fit for me. That was what drew me to UIS. I had attended larger universities and took courses and done graduate work, and I really liked both the atmosphere, the concentration, the way the classes were going to be run, and the faculty that was here at the time. I use it every day. Everything that I do right now, I've retired from my position as program director after 18 years, and I'm now working in a rehab to home facility and working with older adults with a variety of neurological and orthopedic conditions. I'm also faculty for the Continuing Education Institute of Illinois, where I do dementia care and topics on geriatrics all over the state for small group presentations for both professional and non-professional caregivers. And I'm also in the process of writing a book on the topic of caregiving and working with older adults with dementia. I'm the mother of 6 and a grandmother of 6, and so I'm a little busy.
Yeah. When you're a mother and a grandmother, is there any such thing as retirement?
There's no retirement, no. And I'm having too much fun. I think that's the cornerstone of the program, and that was what drew me to working with Dr. Peck, and she was a great mentor to me, and her experiences just shone through in every class that she taught. The experts that they brought into our classrooms, every single one of them had something really powerful to share with us and really great experiences, and it just made learning so much more fun. That was great. When we had the evening classes that I took with Dr. Peck, mostly in the gerontology concentration, there was a wonderful blend of practitioners and administrators and people with experiences from all over. There were people that were traveling from Peoria and other places in central Illinois to come, and all had really unique experiences. So the class discussions that we had were great in sharing stories and ideas and information about the services that were out there. Exactly. And I was sort of surprised at that when I'm not an online person. I don't do chat rooms. I don't do social media, particularly from 2005 to 2010. And it was really eye-opening to me how much people would post, how much time they would spend posting. And then I found myself, I'm a talker anyway. I like to talk. I like to have that interaction. But it was so it was a little intimidating at first to do it in writing and then think about, well, how are they going to take what I just said? How are they going to understand it? Are they going to get the full gist of what I'm trying to say? But I found that it got easier and easier as we went along. So there are some real benefits to the online chat rooms and discussion boards. Getting used to the technology for me was a little bit of a challenge because it was new. I think just that in this day where we are at right now in our society in regards to taking care of our elders, to me the most precious population. It always has been in my work as an occupational therapist and as a teacher. I think that this program is much needed, and I'm so glad that it's here. I'm glad that it was here for me to learn, and I hope that it continues to be here to educate people in the future and prepare them for facing the tsunami of older adults, that they're calling it the tsunami of the population, and we have such a need for education, awareness, and services for our older adults.